Hi, I'm Vidas Pinkevicius, and today I'm going to show you how to play, practice and master the three-part Sinfonia in D minor on the organ by Johann Sebastian Bach. Because this piece is quite advanced, it has three separate independent, constantly moving and imitating voices. It's important that we subdivide this Sinfonia into manageable units, manageable fragments. And I suggest to play in measures 1 through 4. 4 measures long would be our first fragment. And let's see how complicated it is. Stop at the beginning of the next fragment, or the fifth measure. So, as I said, it has three constantly moving voices, and the best way to learn such an advanced polyphonic piece is by learning each part separately. Voice 1, voice 2 and voice 3. Then combining two voices together, voice 1 and 2, 1 and 3, and 2 and 3. And only then play the entire three-part texture. Okay. Observe that this piece has to be performed with exact articulation. It's called articulated legato, meaning that there should be no slurs in this music. Not legato, but like that. Small distances between each note. Not too wide, not too choppy, not too detached, but you should still make them, because it's called cantabile manner. It's like singing manner that Bach liked in his music. So. This measure 3, is quite complicated because it has two voices in one hand. So you can play this a little bit differently by using your left hand also, like that. But I chose not to do this and play only with one hand. Like that. The next fragment is also quite advanced polyphonically, and let's listen to it first. This is a cadence, first our full cadence in the key of F major, relative major, and also master one voice at a time, soprano, alto and bass, and then soprano, bass, alto, bass, and only then soprano, alto, bass together. Play 3 times in a row, each version, each combination correctly. Okay, let's take a look at the next fragment. key of A minor, our next stop. Also, observe the rests in the first voice, in the second voice, and play them with correct articulation. For example, fragment. Until here, for example. In this fragment we approach the key of G minor with F sharp, which is a leading note, leading tone of this key. So let's start again. Observe the correct articulation, rhythms, rests, fingering, notes, and play 3 times correctly in a row. At first, combine each line separately, soprano, alto, and bass, then soprano, alto, soprano, bass, and then alto, bass, and then when you master 2 voice combinations, play all parts together. And our last fragment will be like that. This last part is, of course, the return to the home key of D minor with C sharp leading note and B natural as a melodic minor 6th scale degree. And the top voice, you notice, has a chromatic scale. It should not be slurred though. You always should have small distances between each note. It's called articulated legato. So play also each line separately, and then combinations of 2 voices, and only then the entire 3-part texture. When you play correctly 3 times in a row, you are ready to start combining your fragments, for example, from the beginning until the end of second fragment, and so on. Make your fragments longer, so to say. But always try to be very precise in your articulation, fingering, notes, and rhythms, and ornaments as well. So it takes a while to master this piece, because it requires some finger independence, because you very frequently have either in the right hand or in the left hand 2 constantly moving voices, and sometimes you have to divide this middle voice, the alto line, between the right hand and middle part and the left hand part, which is even more complicated. So if you haven't played anything for 2 voices, if it's the first Bach piece that you've played, I suggest you start practicing, for example, the two-voice invention. A little easier piece will be, because it has only two parts, right hand and left hand part. So at any rate, I hope you enjoy practicing this D minor 3-part Sinfonia, and I'll see you in the next video.